Illinois, it's Svengoolie. Thanks for doing this, buddy.
Of course.
Nice to see you. There's Ed. That's Svengoolie, everybody.
We can't mess up our makeup.
So, thank you so much for stopping by. Everybody is thrilled. You've now legitimized my podcast.
Oh, I think it was legitimate before this.
Yeah. Well, you were the first guest ever on my podcast.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yes.
back in 2022. So I've been doing it over 2 years now.
How about that?
Yeah, and you were my first guest. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate that. By the way, if you weren't here last night, we had a really lovely. Was anybody here last night for the thing? If you weren't here, you missed out because it was great. I had a great time.
Good.
We celebrated. For people who might not know this, Rich Coase has been playing the character of Svengoolie in our lives and on television for 45 years. So we celebrated that last night with a show that I was honored enough to host, and it was Rich and I, and we had some celebrities pop up, and we told great stories, and we played fun music clips and stuff. But this is the 45th anniversary of you as Sven.
Yes, it is, and I'm as surprised as all of you are when I'm still around. But it's great. People bring up the fact that that's probably a kind of historic thing, and especially the fact that so late in the proceedings, we ended up being successful and going national. And, it's like, I think it was Dean Richards who said to me, most people, their career gets up to a certain plateau, and then it either stalls out or just begins to be less popular. And he said, with you just keep going up.
Yeah.
And that's
You really
nice
took off
compliment.
after about 35 years. It's fantastic.
People just had to find it.
That's
They
true.
found it.
That's
You
true.
love it.
Do you remember watching him?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Also, so if you weren't here last night, the parodies that they were showing, they did say that once they became national, they could do because of copyright stuff. So it was awesome to see all these '90s song parodies. It was
Yeah,
fantastic.
we were calling them the forbidden songs because when we were just local, management didn't really care. They didn't think anybody would sue us. But now that we're all over the place, and especially people in Los Angeles could see the show, they started to think, well, maybe this isn't the best idea, and we might be liable. So that's why now I do mainly public domain type tunes, and we get occasionally permission from an artist to do it, like Jim Peterick, or from the Go-Go's and
Gina
Shock, and our old pal Freddie Boom Boom Cannon, who did this Svengoolie style, and has a new song that he has sent us that we're going to try to work out a video for. So,
You mentioned you were dropping some awesome names there, but you have fans, celebrity fans. It's amazing how many celebrity fans you have. Let's do a little name dropping, shall we?
okay.
Let's go into the wrestling world a little bit.
Wrestling world.
Because one of the things that Rich and I have in common, we love pro wrestling. Unapologetically love pro wrestling. AEW, WWE, I don't give a shit what it is. I watch it and I love it. And Rich and I, you and I have that in common. We're big pro wrestling fans, and you've got some fans in the pro wrestling world.
We've got Jerry the King Lawler.
Yeah.
We've got Mick Foley. We also have the former Dolph Ziggler, Nick Nemeth, and his brother, who are both big fans.
Yeah.
And Scarlett,
right?
And Karrion Kross.
Right, and Karrion Kross, right? Exactly. Yeah. So wrestlers love, and who else? So, like for instance, the video for you mentioned the Svengoolie Stomp by Freddie Boo Boo Ken. You are just loaded with celebrities in that video. These are people, David Dastmalchin, who's from Chicago,
Yes.
who you just saw probably in Late Night with the Devil this year. He was in Dune, the first Dune. He was killed in that, so he wasn't in the sequel. So he's in the video. Some of the other people that show up in that.
Going back to wrestling, Jim Cornette, famous manager. I forgot to bring him up.
Yeah.
We had the late Gilbert Gottfried, our friend. God bless him.
A friend of the show.
Yes.
The show.
He was. Should I tell the story?
Yeah, tell the story, please.
Gilbert really loved our show. He was so nice, and whenever he'd come in town to do one of his stand-up routines at Zany's or something, he would always arrange to come in and tape something with us, even though he knew whatever we were taping wasn't going to run for a while, and it wasn't going to promote his gig that night or whatever. And he just did it because he really liked the show, which meant a lot to me. He was a good guy.
And also the knowledge of, especially the Universal stuff. His knowledge is amazing.
He was. He knew so many little side stories too about things, and could fill in the blanks on just about everything. Knew all the names of the actors.
Yeah.
And he was an encyclopedia.
He was crazy. Also in the Svengoolie stump, Penn and Teller
Penn and Teller
are in there. Dana Gould.
Dana Gould, our friend Dana Gould.
Very funny.
Along with John McGinley.
Yeah, John C. McGinley.
Yes.
From from Scrubs.
Yeah. And now we've got some new recruits, Michael McKeon and Annette O'Toole, and ended up being big fans.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna wait and see. Billy Mooney possibly.
Oh yeah.
And
he's the man.
we're making up a list right now.
So let's before we let you get out of here, and you're busy today.
Oh, I'm busy today.
Tell him. Oh, I'm so busy. Bong bang boom, bing bang. Ow ow ow! I just like to do the sound effects that he has on a show every once in a while.
One we left out was good evening or perhaps good morning.
Oh no, I what's it?
No.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's it. We can do this all day just for our own amusement.
Yes, definitely.
Where can everybody see you today? And autographs and pictures, and then you come back here for my favorite part of the entire weekend. So,
well, what am I doing? Right now, we're going to go in and we'll do some celebrity photo ops. After that, we'll be out there doing autographs and selfies.
right, and that's up in the lobby, right outside the ballroom doors.
Yeah, and then we're going to try to get some interviews with some of our friends here, and then we're up for the costume contest.
The Sinister Visions 18th annual costume contest, and you should get here early, by the way, to get a seat because it's always pretty packed in here.
Yeah.
And it's one of my favorite. You are hilarious.
Oh.
And I also sometimes like your jokes will bomb, and you'll look at me and go, "Hey, you want to laugh?"
Yeah. Sometimes Nick is the only person in the room who gets the joke. So I'm playing to him.
It is the best. I mean, some of these costumes, Rich, are unbelievable.
Every year it seems like they top the previous year.
Yeah.
I cannot believe it. And then some of them, it's like I can't even imagine how they move around the whole floor.
These cosplay people, they're unbelievable. It's
Yeah.
impressive. Well, anyway, so the costume contest literally it's my favorite part of the entire weekend. It really is, and it's mostly because of you.
And I think I'm making a quick stop at the VIP.
There's a VIP party for the people who have the ultimate.
Oh, the
package.
ultimate warriors.
So now you're going to piss off the people who don't have the ultimate package.
I didn't say anything.
You didn't say anything. He's a liar. He's a liar. You
Right.
can't believe anything. Look at this guy.
Not me.
So anyway, photo ops across the way, upstairs for selfies and autographs up in the lobby, and then back down here at 5 o'clock for the costume contest, which Sven is hosting, and it does a remarkable job.
I'm glad you remember all that.
I remember all of it. I remember all of it. But that's Svengoolie, everybody.
Thank you.
That's Rich, man. He's the best. Svengoolie is the best. Just the best. Okay, let's get back to some